All right, it's 21 minutes after 9 o'clock Central African time. We are live and direct on OpenView HD, channel 628, and also available on the DSTV Audio Bouquet channel 802. You can also join in via www.channelafrica.co.za. And now, as I've been saying, today we reflect on an iconic institution that gave voice to the experiences of young South Africans under the apartheid regime and introduced audiences around the world to the country's extraordinary talent. Today marks, or rather this year I should say, marks 50 years of the Market Theatre, an institution that has shaped South Africa's cultural and political landscape through the power of storytelling. Now, as part of its anniversary celebrations, one of its most iconic productions, Sarafina, returned to the stage last week in a historic reunion that brought together members of the original cast for the first time in 35 years. As we remember, I've been saying Sarafina debuted on that stage some 35 years ago, and joining me, one of the original cast members, is also a theatre director, performer, and creative producer, Mr. Nhlanhla Ngema. Mr. Ngema, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much for coming through.
Good morning, good morning. Thanks for having me here.
It truly is a remarkable feat. Looking back, it's 35 years ago already. I mean, the first time we saw Sarafina.
Oh, yes. It's such a heartwarming moment to be in a space with all those fellow artists that we started this journey with. It's been quite a long time. To share a stage together has been, phenomenal.
And I know you're being modest as you say that with much respect, but as someone who lived that journey from its early days, the journey of Sarafina, as it were, what was it like to stand alongside, I mean, your cast members, original cast members again, and what did the moment mean to you personally?
We reflected on a lot of things that happened at that time. It was not easy to put this production together. I mean, we, as you have just mentioned, it was still the apartheid time in this country. So I remember we were rehearsing in Fortsburg in that old building there that my brother Mbongeni had bought for his company. And Fortsburg is not far from John Foster Square. So you can imagine we were rehearsing all night, and we would have visitors coming to check what we are doing there because they would be hearing noise, the band playing and us singing. So that experience, it's still there. So when we got together, we were, sharing all those stories. And some of us would be woken up in the morning and taken to John Foster. Some of our cast members, I remember Mpu Mishelembe was wearing a T-shirt, an ANC T-shirt, which was not allowed at the time. So when they came, early hours of the morning, and we were all sleeping, they noticed that he's wearing an ANC T-shirt. He was taken to John Foster for questioning.
Sure.
Such moments, we were
And
sharing.
this is around what, 85?
This
86?
is 1986.
Yeah.
When we were still rehearsed before the show opened at the Market Theatre.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Trying times. I mean, some of us have lived through those times. It wasn't easy, and little did they know, those who came from John Foster to question you, little did they know that history was in the making.
Yes, they didn't know. And I remember when the show opened at the Market Theatre, there was this guy who was an informer. At that time, it was that time of the informers. And we were not impi. We were not aware. So we are on stage. All we see is the commotion in the audience, and some of the audience members have spotted someone recording the show, and they realized, no, this was an informer. So while we were busy on stage, this person is being carried out like, people bamthwele baphuma naye. And, we were so scared. What's happening? And someone came to tell us backstage that, no, they found an informer who was recording the show.
Planted in the audience.
Yes. And they wanted to kill him. And my brother went out there and calmed the comrades down and told them, no, just take the recording and let him go. Such moments. And I remember also in one show, we just noticed that today is a different audience. all-white audience, and where we usually have the claps and the laughs,
It was just quiet.
it was just quiet. And we realized after the show that it was members of the South African Defence Force who had come, who had booked the show and wanted to see what we were doing there.
Wow. Amazing. I mean, I'm just mind-boggled.
Yes.
We saw some of, at least some of us, our age group, saw some of the atrocities
Yes,
that
yes.
we came face to face with, whether in our neighborhoods and the townships. But when you hear of stories like that, I mean, because you were challenging the system, like right there, head
Right
on,
there,
right?
but,
But at the same time, you need to be creative about hiding the messages.
Yes,
you know?
yes, and that's what Mbongeni always taught us, that we are in the safe space. When you are on stage, you are in the safe space. You can deliver the message the way you want it, the way they want you to deliver it.
Yes, you keep mentioning your brother Mbongeni. You are indeed, for those listening, you are the younger brother and family spokesperson, of course,
Yes.
for the late legendary South African playwright, composer, and musician Mbongeni Ngema.
Yes.
It's all in the family.
It's
the
all
talent.
in the family. And also my brother boy was also a great actor. He was part of the original cast of Asina Mali, and he went on to do other productions, Township Fever, Magic at 4 AM, most productions that Mbongeni did.
But your career began with Sarafina, of course, but it has since evolved into directing, producing, and developing theatre in your own right. Looking back, how did being part of the production shape the artist and creative leader that you've become?
Oh, a great deal, a great deal. You know, when we got inspired when we saw Big Brother Mbongeni doing Woza Albert at the time,
Yeah, I remember.
in the early 80s.
Yes.
We were still in school, so we started doing our own plays, you know, improvising, performing in schools and churches. And I guess that's where the inspiration began. Until when he saw us doing a play called Uprising, which was about 76 uprisings. And he spotted us right there and he told us, okay, don't do this anymore. I'm developing a new play. I want you guys to be part of it. So that's how we got into Sarafina. Me and my cousins, Congo, who played the role of Silence, and Tandani Mavimbela, who played the role of the priest in the show.
Yes.
And also Cosmos.
I love what you just said now. It's almost like you were auditioning, because most people will think younger brother of this iconic playwright and composer, it would be natural, like you would just be picked.
No way.
You had to audition, prove to him.
We
that,
had to prove so many times, not once. He
Wow.
would go on tour with Woza Albert for months and come back, and we would beg him, please, Puti, come and see what we are doing.
Wow.
And he would see it and then tell us, no, go and find characters. At the time, we didn't even know what it meant to go and look for characters. And he would explain, go and find interesting characters, because I don't want to see you on stage. I want to see characters. I want to see real human beings, different human beings. And then he would make example of Woza Albert, like there were only 2 people on stage, but you see the whole nation there, you know, because of they changed into different characters.
Amazing, as we are in the midst, or at least the latter part of Youth Month, that the youth should hear this, because nothing is just delivered on a silver platter, right? Even if it's a director who's a big brother, you still need to show what you've got. You've got to earn your spot.
Yes, definitely. We had to work very hard. We would go into the trains, which was very dangerous at the time, right into trains, trying to find different characters, go to the marketplaces, go to the hostels, all those dangerous places, you know, trying to find different characters that when he comes back, you have to present to him that, okay, this is the character I got, this is another character I got, until he got impressed. And he was like, okay, now we can talk.
Now we can begin.
Yeah.
Amazing. We still have a couple of minutes with you. Please don't go. We thank you for taking the time coming through as well. We'll continue our conversation, looking back at 35 years of Sarafina, the iconic Sarafina, and of course, along with that, the Market Theatre celebrating 50 years of existence. We'll continue my discussion with Nhlanhla Ngema on the Journal here on Channel Africa. For now, though, 9:30 Central African Time. It's time for Channel Africa Sport with Figile Lingwati.
Sports on Channel Africa. African perspective.
And in this hour, we begin with football news. Coach Hugo Broos has described South Africa's historic progression to the World Cup knockout stages as a reward for 5 years of hard work and belief. Bafana Bafana secured a place in the last 32 for the first time in the country's history with a tense 1-0 victory over South Korea in Monterrey last night. Thapelo Masego's second-half strike proved decisive, but Broos admitted the closing stages were difficult to watch. South Africa's qualification completes a remarkable turnaround after opening the campaign with a disappointing 2-0 defeat to Mexico. Masego's winner sealed the second place in Group A.
I know how it feels, but it's very difficult to explain how it feels. It's a fantastic experience. It was so tough today, but we played a very good game. We had chances, and technically I think we made it very good. It was very difficult for South Korea to find the spaces. We defended good, and we were in transitions, we were dangerous. And that's what we wanted to do today, and we scored that goal, and then was it 20 minutes of heart beating and hoping that the game should be as soon as possible finished.
And Sofani Rahimi and Gassimi Asin scored late goals for Morocco to deny Haiti their first ever World Cup point in Atlanta. Morocco pegged the Caribbean nation back twice thanks to goals from Ashraf Hakimi and Ismail Saibari before Rahimi scored with 12 minutes to go and Yassin secured the victory. On to cricket news. South Africa's Proteas women coach Mandla Mashimbi has cautioned his side against being complacent when they take on the Netherlands in the T20 World Cup match this evening. South Africa is heavily expected to win the clash in Bristol, with the Dutch one of only two Group A sides yet to pick up a win at the competition. Mashimbi's team, on the other hand, comes on the back of a big 6-wicket win over India, and he implored them to bring the same intensity to this game.
The only surprise that I would be wary of is the complacency we bring as a team to this match. If we are complacent, then I'll be really surprised, because every game is important for us now. So we cannot, drop our energy, our intensity. We need to make sure that we bring the right intensity for us to actually be in a position to dominate the game.
He added that they want to play an aggressive brand of cricket, especially with the bat, something he believes they have not yet achieved in the 3 matches played so far.
I think we just want to focus on how we want to play cricket, which is obviously this aggressive brand of cricket, which we haven't been doing in the past few games. And we're still obviously working towards that complete performance from a batting point of view. And hopefully maybe the next 2 games we'll get the confidence needed for us to make sure that when we go through, we are where we need to be as a batting unit.
And finally, with tennis news, Wimbledon organizers say they are surprised and disappointed that the leading players are planning to continue their prize money protest at this year's Grasscourt Major. This month, the All England Club announced a record year-on-year 20% rise in the total prize money to $84 million less than the $92 million the players were calling for. Wimbledon's record prize money pool equates to around 15% of the tournament's revenue, but the group of leading players represented by former WTA chief executive Larry Scott wanted a minimum of 16%. Announcing the prize money this month, Wimbledon chair Debbie Givens said, unlike regular tournaments, Wimbledon distributes 90% of its surplus back into British tennis. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, please do send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. This is Channel Sport with me, Fikile Ngwati.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Channel Africa is evolving, and so are you. Stay connected wherever you are with our brand new website and mobile app. Stream your favorite shows, catch up on African news, culture, and conversations, all at your fingertips.
Africa is just a tap away.
Your world, your stories, now on the go.
Stay connected wherever you are.
Visit channelafrica.co.za or download the Channel Africa app today. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
All right, it's 24 minutes to 10 Central African time here on The Journal. Time now for Channel Africa Business with Nosipho Zuma.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Thank you, Ernest. Good morning. In your business news, Sasawa, Moody's revised its outlook on Gabon to negative from stable, saying that significant funding needs, limited financing access and potential increases in the debt heightened the likelihood of the government engaging in further debt exchanges. The Central African oil producer plans a comprehensive audit of its past borrowing and to secure fresh funding for basic infrastructure following years of debt management concerns and fiscal slippages. Nolotanda Buthelezi has more.
In late April, the country's finance ministry signed a $150 million deal with the World Bank in a move to tighten public finances, bringing the institution's total commitment to $600 million. According to Moody's, an IMF program could enhance borrowing access over time. However, near-term funding constraints persist, with current market conditions suggesting that international debt issuance would incur higher costs. Moody's expects fiscal deficits to remain high over the medium term.
South African salary earners continue to enjoy significant financial pressure. According to the latest Pay Inc. Net Salary Index for May 2026, the challenges are a result of rising inflation, higher fuel costs, and economic uncertainty continue to erode purchasing power. The index tracks the monthly average nominal net salaries of around 2.1 million salary earners. There could be some relief on the horizon in the coming months for the local economy. However, independent economist Elise Kruger elaborates.
And what we have seen is the Pay Inc. Index increased by a marginal 0.2% in the month of May compared to April, and up by 0.9% compared to a year ago. So really very low growth rates at the moment, almost a flatness in that salary index, which is somewhat concerning, especially if one looks at the first 5 months of the year. We've had an average increase of only 1.7% in nominal terms.
The International Monetary Fund has completed reviews under several arrangements with the Ivory Coast. The deal will unlock disbursements totaling about $844 million once approved by the IMF's executive board. Now, the agreement follows a review of the country's economic performance and reform commitments. The disbursements is part of a broader multi-year program aimed at supporting microeconomic stability, promoting sustainable growth and addressing external shocks. Ivory Coast has faced fiscal pressures in recent years from global commodity price volatility, rising inflation, and the economic fallout of the COVID-19 pandemic. The East African community has presented a budget proposal of about $111 million for the 2026-2027 financial year to the East African Legislative Assembly sitting in Arusha, Tanzania. Now, the new budget marks the launch of the bloc's latest 5-year development strategy aimed at strengthening economic ownership, infrastructure development, and industrial sustainability across member states. Presenting the budget, the chairperson of the EAC Council of Ministers, Rebecca Kadaha, highlighted the region's robust economic resilience. She noted that the region's economy grew by 5.8% in 2025, comfortably outperforming both the global average of 3.4% and the sub-Saharan average of 4.5%. And finally, British budget carrier EasyJet rejected a fourth sweetened $6.50 billion takeover offer from US-based investment firm Castle Lake, but said it would grant the suitor limited access to commercial information in hopes of drawing a higher offer. The board believes that giving Castle Lake access to limited commercial information, as Castle Lake sought in the letter which contained the fourth proposal, might produce a more attractive proposal. Your financial indicators: 1 US dollar in Nigeria is trading at 1,000 naira 371. In Botswana is 13 pula 50. Kenya, the dollar is trading at 128 shilling 56. And in Zambia, at 17 kwacha 86. The BRICS countries: $1 in Brazil is trading at 5 rand 19. Russia is 74 rubles 76. India is 94 rupees 54. China is 6 yuan 79. And in South Africa, $1 is trading at 16 rand 58. $1 is trading at 75 pence to the British pound and 87 to the euro. Looking at commodities, gold is trading at $3,973 and platinum at $1,562 per ounce, while the price of Brent crude oil is at $72.41 a barrel. Now, for any business news stories you would like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa Business, I'm Nusi Pozoma.
Business News on Channel Africa. The African Perspective. Conversations are happening, and Channel Africa is at the heart of them. We tell the African story with clarity, pride, and purpose, reaching audiences that matter to your brand. Partner with us and connect your business with listeners across borders in multiple languages and markets. For partnership opportunities, sponsorship, or sales, email us at partnership@channelafrica.co.za. Channel Africa, the African Perspective. Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802.
17 minutes to 10 on the journal with me, Ernest Pillay. And in case you missed it, congratulations to Bafana. We made it through to the next round of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And I should say, I'll use the opportunity. As part of the celebrations, you too can win big with the SABC Plus app. This FIFA World Cup season, you could win one of 4 PlayStation 5 consoles. It's simple. Just download, register, play, win. The SABC Plus app is available on both Android and iOS devices. So download it today and head on to the FIFA World Cup competition section. Answer all the questions and submit your entry. Don't miss out. Download the SABC Plus app now and start playing to win. T's and C's apply.
Get the news, music, and lifestyle of Africa on Channel Africa, the African Perspective.
All right, let's continue our conversation in our creative feature. Today we reflect not only on the significance of this remarkable reunion of Sarafina, original cast members coming together on stage last week to mark this historic birthday, if you will, of 50 years of the existence of the Market Theatre. And with me in the studio, I'm joined by theatre director, performer, and creative producer, Mr. Ngema. Mr. Ngema, let's continue, pick up our discussion at least. I mean, before Sarafina has long been recognized as more than just a musical, it became a cultural and political statement, as we all know, and you've touched on it a little earlier on. From your perspective, why has it remained, Sarafina has remained relevant across generations, and what responsibility do today's artists have in carrying that legacy forward?
Sarafina has a universal message. Mm-hmm. I remember when we got to the US, black people resonated so well with the message of Sarafina because it was like we are telling their story. Even though our story is the story of 1976 when the students protested against the government. But they embraced the story because it's not only that story that we are telling in the show. We are telling a lot of stories about the injustices of apartheid, the injustices of inequality in the world. So it resonated with them all over, even in the diaspora. When we went to the Caribbean, up to this day, they still talk about Sarafina.
And we were talking off air, I mean, during the sport, that your reunion has already sparked interest, I mean, in other parts of the world, beyond our borders as well. Just tell us a bit about that. I mean, you'll be touring shortly after your performance at the theatre, right?
Yes, that's the plan. We are working on that. We already got an invite from the government of Kenya to come and do our celebrations there, because Sarafina is very big also in Africa. I was invited by a school in Kenya, I think 2 or 3 years ago, that was doing a production of Sarafina. So as a member or an original cast member, and the person that also I played the same role that I played in the theater production as well as in the movie.
Okay.
So they recognized me from the movie, and they extended an invitation for me to come and work with those students and work with the director in putting that production together. So we realized that in Kenya and other parts of Africa, Sarafina is really, really big, and they love that story. They have embraced the story as their own. So when the lady who came to see us at the Market Theatre, she told us that actually in Kenya they never thought Sarafina is a real story. When she was invited by the government here, she went to the apartheid museum, and that's when she learned that the story of 1976 is real. It's a story that really happened to the people of South Africa, to the students, when they were killed by the police. And she was really, really touched about the performance that we did this weekend at the Market Theatre. So she extended an invite for us to come over there. And we are actually looking forward for on a lot of those, because we are also touching on the people that we know.
Yeah.
That we have now this product. We want to preserve this legacy and tell the world where we come from, because we are not doing the whole production of Sarafina, but we are telling our own stories on how Sarafina began and where we are today.
Absolutely, and the timing is perfect, because we live in a world now of fake news and misinformation, different perspectives. I mean, America, through its current president, has a whole different idea of what's going on here in the country. So, and I'm being nice when I say that. So it is rather important that we retell the story. And you having experienced it firsthand, and some of us as well. But what concerns you today when you assess the state of your industry, theatre? What is missing, and what opportunities exist?
If I can go back a little bit, Mama Winnie Mandela used to come almost every day to watch our rehearsals at Committed Artists, because she really believed that through the art, we can tell the stories of, how do I put this? We can spread the message even quicker to reach the world, to tell our stories. Like if you can see the message of Sarafina, when we got to the States, I remember some of the comrades who were in exile. When we sang "Freedom is Coming Tomorrow," this guy came to us after the show and said, I never thought that I had lost hope. I'm here in exile. I've done everything. I've been to school. I've went for my military training, but I lost hope. But when you guys sang "Freedom is Coming Tomorrow," that's when it reignited the hope that we have to go back to South Africa and fight. So that message became very strong across the continent and
the world.
That the message that we delivered through art. So I wish the artists of today could have that perspective of knowing that art is very powerful. Art is a very powerful platform where we can tell our stories. We can, reach out quicker through entertainment, through our music, through drama and poetry, everything that we write, if the younger artists could take that very seriously, it's not only just entertainment, it's a vehicle to tell our story.
And it's a responsibility, right, that you carry when you are given the opportunity to be on any stage for that matter.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So that would be the message, a much needed one to be heard by the young ones, the youth, the next generation.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So just as we wrap up, I mean, just your last message in relation. In fact, the other question that I had: do you feel the same love? You mentioned Kenya and other places where you go. Do you feel that love and appreciation from South Africans today?
Well, not that much in South Africa, unfortunately. But if you step into any country, in the US in particular, people still recognize us. That, oh, you were in Sarafina. Oh, you know, because at that time when we did Sarafina, we became very, if I could put it, big stars, you know. But fortunately, it didn't get into our heads. And, you know, you go out there and people really appreciate us. And I wish that could happen even here in South Africa.
And I hope they're listening loud and clear. They still have a chance to go back and embrace what is truly and proudly South African.
Yes.
That reunion goes on. It opened last week. It goes on until...
It goes on, still open-ended now, because it's just the beginning.
All right.
And we are hoping to go different places, different parts of the world.
Absolutely. Let's leave it on that poignant note. And let me take the time to thank you very much, Mr. Ngema, for coming through and helping us reflect on this iconic moment.
Thank you so much, Ernest. Thank you, everyone in the studio.
Thank you so much. All the best. That's theatre director, performer, and creative producer, Mr. Nhlanhla Ngema, part of the original cast members of the original Sarafina, also celebrating 50 years of the existence of the Market Theatre. It's 8 minutes to 10 Central African Time.
Rise and Shine with Peter Ndoro and Tsepiso Makwetla.